versus being the.
I mean, that's the easiest tiebreaker of all time. I mean, so we go back and we do some fun stuff. So that is kind of the settle of all scores is old-fashioned rock, paper, scissors. So they had a good time with it. It was obviously best 2 out of 3, though. You can't just play once.
Does it take any pressure off them and you at the same time? Idea?
No, we've been very detailed in how we go about splitting up reps. I mean, a lot of work and thought goes into the amount of reps that each kid gets, whether it's with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. So, I mean, we've obviously detailed that out for quite some time now. So it's just a matter of keeping consistent with our rep count and making sure that they're all getting the necessary work so we can get a good evaluation.
So it's only been 2 days, but are you happy with those rep counts for each guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's been extremely consistent, 25% split down the middle for everyone, and even numbers with groups, so everybody's had the same amount of reps with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. So they've gotten some good work, and it hasn't been an issue for us at all.
As the depth chart kind of takes shape, how will you kind of sit down and communicate that with the guys?
Just honestly, I mean, that's the only way to do it. And I think, once it starts to kind of shake itself out, I think everybody understands, that only so many people can play. So, and I think everybody's pretty good self-evaluating themselves on a daily basis. Each rep is under a bunch of scrutiny and a bunch of eyes are watching. So, I think they understand the magnitude of each practice and each rep. But at the same time, to go out there and play their individual games and play to the strengths of their abilities.
How different has this been for you, transitioning from Dak Prescott being the guy in fall camp to now you have 4 guys you have to work with and find the best guy to come out of that group?
It's completely different in terms of organizing practice. I mean, everybody knew Dak was getting all the reps with the 1s, and they were kind of fighting over the scraps. So it's completely different in that regard. It's been refreshing, though, to kind of go back to the basics of teaching the position, because, I mean, Dak was at such an advanced level. By the end, you can kind of jump into graduate level discussions of football. So to go back to the basics of day one, square one, and continue to build and refresh and keep those guys in line, it's been awesome.
Dan said, I think Monday, that he'd never been in a situation where all 4, he's been 2, some 3, but not 4. Can you remember in your experience having 4 guys splitting down the?
Yeah, I mean, it's very uncommon. And obviously it's a great problem to have. I really don't consider it a problem at all, but it is uncommon. You don't see 4 guys, because, I mean, ideally, usually it's just not that many reps to go around. So, but we've been able to manage it and kind of work it out, and it's been going fine.
Nick Tiana is probably the least, he does have the least amount of experience of those guys, but how impressive has he been for you? We've heard a lot of guys talk about.
He's very bright, very intelligent, works extremely hard. He's a really good football player. I'm excited to see how he continues to develop, but he's not a typical redshirt freshman. He's really worked his tail off, both in the weight room and in the film room, in his off-season development, off-season study, to put himself in the position where he is now.
You mentioned yesterday that he doesn't feel like the underdog. He feels like he has a chance to win this job. Do you like that confidence, and where do you think that comes from?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we wouldn't be giving 25% of the reps if we didn't think he had a chance to help us. That would be counterproductive for us as a program and as a position group. So he's definitely in the mix of it, and he's continued. I want all those guys to be confident in their abilities. The thing that you have to be weary of, and I talk to the guys all about this all the time, is play to the individual strengths of your game. And that can happen in a 2-man race, in a 3-man race, in a 4-man race. Is one guy makes a big play, and the next guy comes up, he thinks, I have to make the same big play that guy made. The defense is not giving you that big play. So continue to play your game, play to your strengths, and it's all evaluated independently.
A little unorthodox for Damian to redshirt kind of when he did at that point in his career, but how much did he benefit from that? How much better is he than the last time he stepped on the field?
I think it was good for him. I mean, you know, if he didn't redshirt, he's coming in with 1 year left. So, I had a very similar situation. I redshirted my third year in the program as well because of injury. So, I think that allowed him to become a better football player, especially mentally. Because you know, normally when you redshirt as a true freshman, you don't know much anyway. So to have some experience and understand the game, and to be able to sit back for a year and watch it after you know a little bit, I think it helps you mentally to learn a little bit more and kind of understand from a more macro perspective of the game.
At this point, you can split the reps, but when you're getting into game week, is it possible to split 4 ways, or would you like to have it down?
Yeah, ideally you wouldn't like that. You'd like to get it dwindled down. You know, but it's hard to say exactly how it's going to shake out. If we had a crystal ball, see how it would shake out, then probably wouldn't be here right now. So we'll continue to let it develop, continue to let it play out, and watch these guys compete at a very high level.